This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Campbell Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, Dunedin MP David Clark says he's thankful to be returning to Cabinet after Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern announced her ministerial lineup. A new initiative aiming to increase literacy in budding young readers has been launched in South Dunedin. And no more frozen hoses for the Queenstown Volunteer Fire Brigade as it moves back into its newly refurbished headquarters. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Sophie Morris. In naming her new cabinet, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has welcomed MP for Dunedin David Clark back to the fold. Dr Clark was relieved of the health portfolio after multiple breaches of the country's lockdown rules came to light, but he says he's pleased to be back.
Looking over his new portfolios, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern announcing David Clark's new portfolios in Wellington yesterday afternoon.
David Clark re-enters Cabinet with the roles of Minister of Commerce and Consumer Affairs, the new consolidated portfolio of Minister for Digital Economy and Communications, also covering government digital services, statistics and Minister for SOEs.
Member of Parliament for Dunedin, David Clark is back in the office today and thankful to be back in Cabinet.
I'm very excited to have the opportunity to serve again. Obviously that's a decision taken by the Prime Minister and caucus, and it's nice to have their support. I've got quite a heavy workload lined up, which I'm excited about. There's lots to get my teeth stuck into.
2020 has been a rocky year for many, with the COVID-19 pandemic sweeping the globe. The then Health Minister's career took a dive when he was forced to resign.
So I've made the call that it is best for me to stand aside.
When his sign-written van was spotted at a cycle track during lockdown. However, he's keen to look to the future instead of the past.
No, I'm just delighted to be back and part of a government that Jacinda Ardern's leading so ably.
Dr Clark isn't the only Southern gentleman being promoted in the formation of the 53rd Parliament, with South Dunedin-raised Grant Robertson accepting the Deputy Prime Minister role, which Clark says is good for the South.
It's delightful that Grant Robertson has picked up the Deputy Prime Minister role. People in Dunedin who know him, and there are many, know what a person of integrity he is, how talented he is as a politician, how talented he's been as a finance minister. But I think, as I say, those values that he has, how grounded he is from his upbringing in South Dunedin.
He says the new combined digital economy and communications portfolio is a significant role, which could be pivotal in helping New Zealand's economy flourish.
We're largely the envy of the world. Other countries are going into lockdown. We've got the opportunity here to really build our economy, to continue to grow in a way that other countries can't. And so I'm keen to be a part of capitalising on that.
Ministers are due to be sworn into their new roles in the coming weeks. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Sunny skies and a temperature of about 20 degrees helps bring plenty of people out to Wingatui Racecourse today. Otago Racing Club celebrated the Melbourne Cup races with 9 races of their own at the track near Mosgiel. Organisers had been planning the event for months with the possibility of COVID restrictions in mind. Corporate tents were limited due to COVID concerns and had sold out quickly. The Warp Cup crowd consisted primarily of young people dressed to the nines and was about half the usual size, but in good circumstances. We'll bring you an in-depth coverage of the day in tomorrow's ODT and in tomorrow night's bulletin. A new multi-agency initiative aiming to increase literacy in budding young readers has been launched in South Dunedin. The Read, Share, Grow project is part of the National Library's Communities of Readers program, encouraging young people to read for pleasure.
Completely spellbound. Dunedin Public Library's Youth Outreach Coordinator Sue Aiken holds the attention of youngsters at Rainbow Preschool.
Hold all those beers? Yeah. You think so? Yeah. I hope so.
The Read, Share, Grow project is a team effort between the Dunedin City Council, National Library of New Zealand, local runaka and the Methodist Mission.
You will see that there's quite a lot in the media at the moment about literacy and language delay. We know that 50% of our working population aren't adequately literate. So with the time people spend on screens, I think it's really important that we look at thinking about the importance of reading from an early age. So hopefully we can keep reading and literacy levels high.
DCC Special Projects Relationship Manager Kirsty Glengarry says reading at a young age helps set people up for better opportunities in later life. Rainbow Preschool is the first place to receive a box of books through the initiative, which Family Support Coordinator Wendy Ann Jarvis says will really help the whole community.
With so many of our families going through a tough time at the moment, including COVID, that actually to have a bit of joy. If we can have happy parents, we can have happy children, and so that's going to be part of this project, is going to make children's and parents' days.
The scheme is focused on children aged 3 to 7 and is part of the Communities of Readers project, which aims to build and cement the concept of reading for pleasure. Jarvis says reading with youngsters is a big part of their caregiving, and this new consignment of books may well see more reading on couch time.
Even as teachers, when you're passionate about it, and certainly within our preschool there is a teacher or a volunteer or a parent that's always on the couch. Children are just gravitated to people reading stories, so if we can encourage them to follow through on that at home, every little bit counts, even if it's one a day. What a difference that will make.
The books are in a variety of languages and are being delivered to early childhood centres, schools and community organisations in South Dunedin for children to keep and share. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Dunedin police are looking for an alleged hit-and-run driver after a man on a bike was struck on a roundabout in Musselburgh Rise yesterday. Acting Senior Sergeant Anthony Bond says the 40-year-old cyclist received minor injuries. The driver of the car did not stop after the accident, but Bond says police have the number plate and will be following up. Police would also be obtaining video footage from an EnviroWaste truck present at the crash, which happened about 10 a.m. Queenstown fire crews have moved back into their newly refurbished fire station. The building now has a 5-star earthquake rating and more rooms for volunteers to live on site.
Chief Fire Officer Terry O'Connell is pleased with the $4 million refurbishment of the Queenstown Fire Station, with the upgraded building now boasting a 5-star earthquake rating.
We've had seismic upgrade. We've basically had the same footprint of what we've had with an additional block and upgraded training room.
The brigade now has 6 volunteers living at the station at all times to respond to call-outs during the night.
We have some people that live on station 7 days a week, and then the day crews is pretty much the people that work in town respond as normal.
The upgrade also gives more space for storage and training areas.
Everyone's ecstatic and pretty pleased with what we've got. It's way above our expectations.
COVID-19 has seen some volunteers departing, but the station has already acquired 6 new recruits. In Queenstown, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, Freedom Camping in Dunedin receives a $140,000 boost, and we meet the avid art lover who has turned his home into a living gallery.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Hi, Campbell Menswear. We're back in George Street on the corner of Hanover Street. Come and check out our big store. It's a big space full of bargains. Now look at these shirts. There's shirts for everybody here. Look at these merino pullovers, stacks of moleskins, literally tons of trousers. Check out these big racks of sports jackets. Beautiful.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So come and check out Alex Campbell Menswear. We're back on George Street in the old ANZ building.
We're all about helping the city grow. We're all about finding ways in which we can collaborate with the businesses that do exist and with the businesses that might exist in the future. And we have a lot of experience as a city over a long period of time of being innovative. And so we think supporting the Emerging Company Award is absolutely a positive in that regard, because these hopefully will become some of the companies of the future.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Welcome back. The consent application for a proposed new landfill south of Dunedin is on hold while the Otago Regional Council seeks more information from the Dunedin City Council. The City Council is hoping to operate a landfill at Smooth Hill, 7 kilometres from Brighton Beach. Some locals have rallied against the decades-old proposal, calling for a publicly notified process. An online petition called Stop the Brighton Landfill has since gathered well over 1,000 signatures. Last week, the Otago Regional Council put the application on hold as it requested further information. The Otago Regional Council says requests for further information are a common part of the consent process, and the amount of additional information the Council is seeking is normal for an application of this size. Freedom Camping in Dunedin has received a $140,000 boost. The Dunedin City Council has been successful in an application to the Ministry of Business Innovation to go towards responsible camping initiatives. The money is to help manage Freedom Camping over the summer, paying for a community ranger program, increased security patrols and providing temporary toilet facilities. The Council says it is waiting to see what Freedom Camping would look like this year, but so far visitor numbers have been close to average. 3 community rangers will visit Freedom campsites and patrol further afield to areas such as Wakwaiti. Bob Fitzpatrick likes nothing more than searching for a new treasure for his Dunedin house, and now the avid art lover has turned his home into a living gallery.
The 3-bedroom Dunedin house of Rob Fitzpatrick is full of porcelain and furniture, with 135 paintings lining the walls. He's a retired typographer who says collecting has been in his family since he was a boy.
When I was about 6 or 7, my uncle Steve, he would go on Friday up to the old Broadway near Spates, the brewery. And along there was a whole lot of shops, and one was a second-hand shop. And we used to go in there, and we'd spend quite a bit of time in there, and now and again he'd buy me something.
A wooden, spire-like object hangs by the front door, a wicked witch lurks in the living room, and a christening font stands in the bathroom. just a few of the treasures Fitzpatrick has collected over many years, saying he enjoys the thrill of the chase.
I love hunting. I just love hunting, and I like at the auctions.
Every room of the otherwise modest 1896 built house has a display area of one sort or another. He says it's getting harder to find the unusual pieces he desires, but says he's in the collecting and auction hunting game for the long haul.
Oh, I'll collect all my life. Oh yes. Oh yeah, till I die. Oh yes, I just can't stop it.
His house is filled with stunning portraits in gilded frames, delicate porcelain figurines, and all manner of objets d'art. Leaning nonchalantly next to an exquisite and ornate clock, Fitzpatrick says if one is after a good quality timepiece, go second hand.
And whoever you wanted a good watch, and they have it top brands, Omega and all these real good watches. Don't buy a new one, go to the auction house and get a watch or any jewellery. Yeah.
With a twinkle in his eye, he says he enjoys bidding at auctions, especially when tactical bidding pays off and he beats a rival collector to a treasure. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, we hear about the La Nina weather conditions confirmed to arrive this summer, and we check out tomorrow's weather.
Inside are all sorts of innovations from all over China.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Step into Shop on Carol and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen, and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
I think it's important to celebrate success. As Kiwis and I think Otago even more so, we sometimes are, work as hard work as its own reward, and sometimes we need to stop and realise what we've achieved and celebrate. It's really important for companies in this region to grow and be sustainable, and we're here to support them.
Hi, Campbell Menswear. We're back in George Street on the corner of Hanover Street. Come and check out our big store. It's a big space full of bargains. Now look at these shirts. There's shirts for everybody here. Look at these merino pullovers, stacks of moleskins, literally tons of trousers. Check out these big racks of sports jackets. Beautiful.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So come and check out Alex Campbell Menswear. We're back on George Street in the old ANZ building.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Ah, TV, our favourite babysitter. But it can be tough keeping up with what our tamariki are watching. Luckily, the Broadcasting Standards Authority has made some smart changes to the classification labels. Ooh! Plus changes to the time of day certain rated shows will air, and awesome new parental lock features, meaning your babysitter's job is safe. Find out more at safeviewing.co.nz.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Welcome back. The National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research has officially confirmed the arrival of La Nina conditions this summer. This means we were in for another record-breaking hot, dry summer in Otago and Southland. The agency also confirms that coastal waters are already unusually warm and another marine heatwave may develop over summer. La Nina weather traditionally brings moisture to the north, dryness to the south, and warmer than average temperatures to most places. Summer rainfall is likely to be near normal or below normal, while soil moisture levels and river flows are most likely to be near normal. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. Dunedin MP David Clark says he's thankful to be returning to Cabinet after Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern announced her lineup yesterday. A new initiative aiming to increase literacy in budding young readers has been launched in South Dunedin. And no more frozen hoses for the Queenstown Volunteer Fire Brigade as it moves back into its newly refurbished headquarters. And time now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's weather. In tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Hayden.
I can tell you a little bit about the weather if
well,
you'd like.
Yeah,
Sophie.
there's big news on the front.
Quite a nice day today, Melbourne Cup Day, which is still, a huge day, kind of an unusual Melbourne Cup Day. No crowds in Melbourne, of course, which has had such a battle with COVID-19 for the actual Melbourne Cup. And a bit of a scaled-down event at Wangatui in Dunedin, which has traditionally been a very big day. I don't think there was any train out there or any of that sort of stuff, but still plenty of people, lots of millennials, turned up to enjoy the day. And we've got nice spatial pics, people having fun, enjoying themselves. We've also talked to the Dennis brothers who trained or bred the Chosen One, which had a good little run over in Melbourne and I think finished 4th or 5th. So plenty of cup coverage. Great little story about a dog. And I know I sort of say this 2 or 3 times a month. We've got a great story about a dog, but it's another great story. A dog that goes missing for 24 days, believe it or not, and then turns up in a woodpile of all places.
No.
Alive, hungry, but alive. So that's a nice wee... Queenstown, looks like Queenstown's going to get some good news. The West Indies cricket team looks like they're going to come and be based in Queenstown. They're out starting their tour of New Zealand very, very soon, which will be a big boost for Queenstown. Quite a large touring party, living in Queenstown and spending money in Queenstown and all that sort of stuff, so that's very good. And the other big thing, of course, is tomorrow it's a rather big day in the United States. The election has finally rolled around and we've got a various sort of coverage throughout the paper, including talking to some local American people about what they're expecting, and we'll watch it all unfold tomorrow and the coming days. So all that in a bumper fresh section as well. So should be a good paper, lots to read.
Great, thank you, Hayden. And time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Heirloom tomatoes on offer in Lower Stewart Street. Looking at the situation, a north to northwesterly airflow will spread over the region tomorrow with mostly clear skies and plenty of sunshine bringing warm temperatures. A cold front will arrive later on Thursday with some rain. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, rain with 18 degrees in Greymouth and 17 degrees in Westport. To the northeast, rain in Nelson with 18 degrees and scattered showers in Blenheim with 21. In Canterbury, partial cloud and 22 degrees in Kaikoura, light rain and 12 degrees in Christchurch, and cloud and 14 degrees in Ashburton. To the southern towns, moderate northeasterlies and some high cloud with 21 degrees in the Catlins and 22 degrees in Balclutha, Lumsden and Port. In the Central Lakes, moderate northerlies and fine conditions with 25 degrees in Wanaka and Alexandra, 24 degrees in Queenstown and 19 degrees with showers later in the day in Te Anau. To the northern towns, moderate northerlies and fine conditions with 25 degrees for Timaru, 24 in Oamaru, 25 in Omarama and 26 in Twizel. In Dunedin, fine tonight with an overnight low of 8, mostly fine and sunny tomorrow with moderate northeasterlies, a high of 20 and a low of 12. Sunny periods at first on Thursday but cloud increasing, warm with moderate northerly winds, colder southerlies freshen during the afternoon with a period of rain, high of 22 and a low of 9. And in Invercargill, fine tonight with foggy patches and an overnight low of 7. Fine and sunny tomorrow with some high cloud developing later with light northerly winds, high of 21 and a low of 13. Rain on Thursday with fresh northwesterlies at first but colder southwesterlies developing during the morning and rain easing to showers in the afternoon. High of 18 and a low of 8. That's all for our news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz or follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Campbell Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.